Hello friends. So my today's topic is sex determination in living organism. Sex determination in living organism is a part of human genetic study, right? So whenever we study the genetic, it comes as an important part of genetic because there are some chromosomes or there are some genes which are responsible for determination of sex in any living organism. So it is very important to know about how the sex is determined because in every living organism, whether it is plant, whether it is insect, whether it is animal, the sex is a very unique character. Every living organism is divided into male sex or female sex, or either it is bisexual. So on which basis we decide whether it is going to be male, whether it is going to be female, or whether it is going to be bisexual. So this all the things are dependent on few methods or on few chromosomes will decide whether the living organism which is going to develop or who is coming in the world is going to be male or is going to be female or is going to be bisexual. So my today's topic is sex determination in living organism. As you all can see, few content I have written on the board, right? So what topic we are going to cover in this lecture is definition of sex determination, then how sex is determined on the basis of fertilization, then what are the mechanism of sex determination. So there are three mechanisms for sex determination: allosomic determination of sex, genic balance theory, and cytological basis of sex determination. Before going into details in this topic, let me tell you one thing. We are going to cover this topic with the view of preparing for Neet and for 12th standard board exam. So you should remember names of few scientists related with this topic. Whenever we will start with any topic, we are going to cover the names of scientists also, so that you can these names of scientists can come in the exam to solve, right? As an MCQ, because this year you all know there are going to be 50 marks MCQ questions, even in CBSE, even in state board, because the 30% syllabus is reduced. So you should know each and every part of every topic, even the single term you should know in detail. So then only you can solve the MCQ. So there are 5 scientists related to this topic. The name of first scientist is Montgomery, who have coined the term allosome and heterosome. Who have coined the term allosome and heterosome? These both are same. They both have same meaning. McClung, who have discovered the sex chromosome in grasshopper. Henkin, who has discovered the X body. He was the first scientist to discover the X chromosome. But he has named this X chromosome as X body because he has found out that because he was carrying out some studies on insect, right? So what he has seen, there are many insects which has the chromosome in X shape. So he has named this X-shaped chromosome as X body, and later this X body was called as X chromosome. Then Wilson and Stevens, they have established the chromosomal theory of sex determination. C.B. Bridges, he has established the genic balance theory of sex determination in Drosophila. We will study all the things in detail as we go forward in our lecture, right? So first we go with the definition of sex determination. What is sex determination? It is an essential process. It is an essential process of sex, the establishment of sex. It is an essential process of establishment of sex through various mechanisms in early stage of life. Why? It is an essential process. Yes, to determine the sex. It is an essential process. Establish the sex. Established sex means it is decided in the early stages only कि whether the coming living organism or future living organism is going to be male, female, bisexual, unisexual, whatever, X, Y, Z. So it is determined in the early stage of life only. So sex determination is the process of finding out the sex of living organism by different methods. Right? There are many methods available which we have discussed here. So we are going to discuss these methods in detail. So can we revise the definition? What is the exact definition of sex determination? If the question comes for 1 mark in your board exam, define sex determination. So you have to write establishment of sex through differential development in an individual at an early stage of life. Establishment of sex through differential development. Differential development, why the term differential development is used? Because whenever the sex is determined in the living organism, whether it is going to be male or whether it is going to be female, there is some different development occurs in the male and female. This different development determines whether the living organism is going to be male or whether the living organism is going to be female. Therefore, the differential development term has come in the definition. So, what is sex determination? Establishment of sex through differential development in an individual, every individual at an early stage of life. Of course, the sex is going to be determined in early stage of life. So, what is sex determination? Establishment of sex through differential development in an individual in early stage of life is called as sex determination. You want me to write this definition? I'll write it for you. Just note down these topics first and then we will go towards the next. Hope you all have written down this all the things. If you have not written down, you can note it down. This all are important terms with the view of May, or you are preparing for the 12th board exam. So let's go to the definition of sex determination in detail. I will write it down for you. Please note down with me. Definition is establishment of sex through differential development in early stage of life. Whenever you know by heart any definition, the first thing you should remember that the definition should be as it is there in the textbook. And if you want to by heart the definition, this is the very short trick. You have to divide the definition in the part, each and every part, and understand the meaning of that part. What is sex determination? establishment of sex. Establishment of sex means we are going to establish the sex, whether it is going to be male, female. ये यहीं पे decide हो जाएगा. So establishment of sex. Then next, through differential development. ये decide कैसे होगा कि उसमें क्या different development हो रहा है, उसके basis पे decide होगा. कब decide होगा? At an early stage of life. So what now how and when? So your definition should give answer of this three questions. What, how, when. What is sex determination? Establishment of sex. How? Through differential development. And when? In early stage of life. So it is called, this whole process is called sex determination. Right? So I hope you all have understood the definition of sex determination. Now, please write down this. Okay. Now, next. So, then next, our next topic was mechanism of sex determination on the basis of fertilization. So there are three types: progamy, syngamy, and epigamy. Right? What do you mean by the term pro? Pro means before. Gamy means fertilization. So, the sex of an individual is decided before fertilization. Then it is called progamy. So, the sex is decided before fertilization. Right? So, it is progamy. Example drawn in honeybee. Okay, now what is syngamy? Syn means at the time or together. Gamy means same, fertilization. So, sex is decided at the time of fertilization. Then it is called syngamy. Epigamy. Epi means after. या फिर above. You can say after above fertilization. Gamy means fertilization. So, sex is decided. Example of syngamy is human beings, many animals, plants. Okay. Epigamy, sex is decided on the basis of sex is decided after fertilization. Then it is called epigamy. Example, quill in honey. It is epigamy. Now you can see there are two types of fertilization. Two types of sex determination in honeybee. One is progamy and one is epigamy. So we're going to be in detail in this. So first you write down this thing. Then we will go towards the allosomic mode of sex determination. You can write it down. Hope you all have written it. Now. So now, next is on the basis of chromosomal theory. No, we have seen that chromosomal based theory of sex determination. So our next topic is chromosomal theory of sex determination, which is also called as Analogosomic sex determination, right? Now, why allosomic? Because there are two types of chromosome in living organism. One is autosome, or it is also called as somatic cell chromosome, and other is allosome, which is also called as heterochromosome, right? In this that's why it is called as allosomic sex determination. In allosomic sex determination also there are two types: male heterogamety and female heterogamety. Okay? Male heterogamety and female heterogamety. You write down this much and then we will move towards the next part of this, male heterogamety and female heterogamety. Hope you have. So now, in allosomic sex determination, we have two parts: male heterogamety and female heterogamety.